So in the last video, we pretty much talk about the routing, right? And I gave you a overview that why the routing is required. And in this video, we will going to work on the routing functionality. Okay. So in the last video, we created this login.routes.js file. And as I told that all the login or register related code we have to put inside this file only. Okay, and then we will route the endpoint from index.js to this file. So let's do it, and let's get a more detail and clear picture about the routing. Okay, so the first thing we have to do again is we have to import the express.js package. Then after that, in the index.js, what we did, we created this app instance. Instead of that, we had to create a router instance. Okay, so it will be like Express, and Express have a router method, and that's it. And to create a REST API endpoint, the idea is the same. Like the code which we created, that app.route, is kind of same here also. Like you have to use the router. Okay, so router.route provide the endpoint name. As of now, I'm again putting the slash. I will let you know that why I'm putting the slash again. I will show you. Okay, so don't worry. And here you have to provide the HTTP method name. I think you have watched my HTTP method name related video where I discuss about the get, put, post, and delete HTTP methods. So for the login, we need to use the post HTTP method. Okay, but just give you a clear picture. I mean, just to hit the endpoint using the browser, I'm using the get to just show you how routing work. Okay, so again we have to take a two parameter in a callback function, that will be request and response. And here let's return response.json. I'm just, this is just example. Okay, hey there. And also we can console log here. We are inside login. Okay, now this is added. Okay, but you are thinking that we already have a root endpoint. Why we created the root endpoint again inside this login.route.js? Because now here we will going to provide the exact route name, and we will going to implement the routing. So it's kind of, we have one thing called use method of on the express.js instance. Okay, so app, which is an express.js instance, have one method called use, and it is, we used this use method to add the middleware. Okay, that's why before using this app.use, I put the middleware comment. Okay, and here what we have to do, we have to provide the route name. So this is the route name, login. I will say slash login. Okay, and the second parameter of this method is the path of the file which we wanted to route. Okay, so we wanted to route the login routes.js. So first we need to import that login route.js file inside our index.js file using like this. Like suppose I will put login routes, and I will import require from the path dot slash, oh, dot slash routes slash login routes, and that's it. We have to provide this part here, and that's it. All the endpoint related code, I mean all the endpoint which have the dot slash will be taken care by this file now. Okay, so if we have a dot slash one dot slash login one dot slash login two, all the thing will be taken care by this file only. Here we are getting the issue, we are getting a error because we haven't exported this thing. So we have to use the module dot exports the router which we created. Okay, and the error will be gone. Okay, so the thing is like that. So suppose we, in a browser we put slash login, and this slash login will be taken care by this file. Okay, so now we don't need to write the code which have the slash login inside the index.js file. We can write all the code related to the slash login endpoint here itself. So suppose I create another route slash register, or yeah, slash register will be good. Okay, slash register. Okay, so to use the slash register, we have to use like this slash register. Okay, oh, we have to hit the enter, and let's put the head here too. Okay, so if I will refresh, then it will come head here too. Suppose we create a new endpoint slash login slash 1. So let me put here 3. So after the login, anything endpoint you wanted to need, that will be taken care by this file now. Okay, all the thing will be routed to the this file. So that is a kind of login. So in the future, what will happen that suppose we create slash order and we have a dedicated file for the order. So we will write all the order related code inside that order file. Okay, so that is a pretty much routing. Okay, now let's go and let's implement the login REST API endpoint. Okay, so here we don't need this amount of code, we just need a login endpoint. Okay, so this will be a login endpoint, and basically it will not be a get method, it will going to be a post method. Okay, and if I will refresh this thing, then we will get an error because cannot get slash login, because browser can only help you for the HTTP get method. Okay, for post method you will need postman. Okay, to test your endpoint which you will going to create for the post method, you will need a postman for the testing. So please make sure to install the postman as well, because we are working for the backend REST API endpoint development, and postman is a testing tool for us to test all the endpoint that is working perfect or not. Okay, so now we have to tackle the login thing, right? And for the login thing only, I created this, I have added this JSON web token dependency. And as you saw in our Flutter app, that we are sending the mobile number only. Okay, and after sending the mobile number, ideally we have to generate some OTP as well. Okay, and then we had to do the OTP verification, and after verifying the OTP only, we had to generate the JWT token. Okay, and the OTP generation thing is required some third-party APIs. The third-party APIs can be paid or can be open source, but open source will require a lots of effort. So what I'm thinking is that as of now, let's create a login endpoint which will take the phone number, just phone number, and we will not do the verification as of now. Okay, we will not create a OTP, and we will not verify that the user provided phone number is right or not. Just we will going to take a phone number, and we will going to create a JSON web token for that particular phone number. Okay, and that's it, that will be a login for us. Okay, and as I told that with help of JSON web token, we will going to authorize a user. And why the JWT token is really important, that video also I have covered. I will put the link of that video as well in the description, so please go through that white token is required. And yeah, so to create a login endpoint, first we have to store the mobile number in our MongoDB database, And for that I'm going to create a new folder that will going to take care the model. So in a Flutter also we have model, right? Like we create a structure first, that how it will be look like, that what are the parameter we need to store, and I mean what are the parameter we will going to use inside our app. So those kind of model already on a Flutter side of code. Similarly, in a backend side of code, we need a model that is called a schema in a database format. So in the schema, we have to provide the actual format, like in a database, what are the parameter we wanted to store, okay, and like what will be the structure, like it will be a string, it will be a boolean type of parameter, all those things we have to provide perfectly. And for that we need a mongoose, okay. And let's do it in a next video, that let's create a model for our login REST API endpoint. And in the next video only, I will going to complete this login REST API endpoint development. Okay, so you got a clear picture that we will not going to do much more thing like verification of the mobile as of now. We will going to take the mobile number, and we will going to store that mobile number on the database. And after storing the mobile number in a database, we will going to return back a JWT token to the front end. Okay, that's it. So let's do it on our next video.